morning, everyone, and welcome back. And I'm Jen, and we're going to do a Wip and Chat. And we're going to work on my, excuse me, my Dreamcatcher Wolf that is for my daughter. So it's early in the morning. Well, not early. It's like almost 8 o'clock. And little dude and I are the only ones up. And you're going to hear background noise because Justin's TV is on. So just try to ignore that. So I hope everyone's doing well. I am doing really good. Did a lot of stuff last week that just getting organized around here. So we're just going to talk about my week, and we're going to talk about what's been going on. And while we diamond paint, craft, cross stitch, what have you. So let's see. Where do I even start? I'm telling you, I feel like um, okay. I feel like I don't know what I feel like this morning. My brain is still kind of mush because I'm still not fully awake yet. Um, I feel like I got some things accomplished last week, and it felt good to get it all accomplished. Cause let me tell you, uh, it's like when you're trying to do stuff and you realize how much crap you have. I didn't realize how much crap I had. Oh my gosh. Now, Justin cleaned out. Finally, we got his room cleaned out yesterday. And he went through all the clothes that he had in his closet. Those of you that remember me talking about that, he had clothes in his closet that he just kind of threw in the in the closet and just didn't do anything with. So he went through those yesterday, and he came out last night, and he looks at me. He says, "We have no more trash bags." I said, "What?" He says, "We have no more trash bags." And I said, "What do you mean we have no more trash bags?" I said, "There was a whole box." Because I had just bought a whole box. And he says, "I used them all. You wanted me to clean out my closet." Okay. So yeah, I have like, I don't know, 6 or 7 bags of uh, clothes that he doesn't want, that he wants to either just throw away or send to Goodwill. And when he kept bringing them out last night, I was just looking at him like, what the heck? I mean, seriously, a lot of bags. Yeah, I was shocked, and I told him, I said, "Well, first thing in the morning when I get you up, you're going to take these out to the dumpster because I don't want them in my living room, or take them wherever because I'm sorry, I don't want them in my living room." And that's just the way it is. So, anywho, so he did that, and he still got things to finish. The only reason that he's doing all this now is he excuse me. It's first thing in the morning. I'm trying to wake up. Sorry. He we're trying to move. He wants to move. Basically, kind of move, rearrange things, and he has a I don't know why I'm trying to do this with no wax in my pen. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm trying to do drills with no wax in my pen. Ugh. Really? I'm telling you. Really? That's funny. No wax in my pen. And I'm sitting here steadily putting drill. Okay. Because I just took the wax out. Oh my gosh. Really? Um, told you I'm not awake, and my brain is like a big pile of mush. So, anyway, he came out yesterday, and there's a couple reasons why he wants to rearrange his room. There's not enough space in there for him and Skylar to do anything with. In other words, it's just, it's crowded. And I told him, I said, well, you never really had a problem with the way it was before. And he said, I know, but now, yeah, I guess because now that, he's older and so forth, he wants to have space. I don't know. So we did all that yesterday, and he looked at me. He says, "Do I have to wash the walls?" Because I told him he needed to wash the walls so we could do his bed or paint his walls. So that's one thing he doesn't like to do. He only does so much at one time, and he's always been like that, even when he was little. So even though I was very strict on him when he was younger, and well, he's just, I don't know. So yeah, so that's done. Thank God that was over and done with yesterday. Got that all situated, um and it felt good to get it all out of the way. So now, all we got to do now is just kind of figure out where he wants to put the bunk bed. And I told him, I said, well, you're 19, you don't need to sleep on a bunk bed with your 11-year-old brother. And because I had only bought those bunk beds for them when they were, younger. And he says, it doesn't matter, even if we take, and I found out even if I take the bunk bed and make them into two beds, there's not enough room in there. So we'll figure something out because his room is, smaller than everybody else's, and it is what it is. So that was done. Then let's see. Gosh, there's so much going on around here that it's hard to keep track of everything, even when I write it down. Started reading a new book, and it's called The Stranger from Harlan Coben. All right, it's The Stranger from Harlan Coben. Yes, I'm bringing my big, huge planner. And where'd it go? There it is. And it's kind of weird how they explain it, but the premise, or whatever you call it, the summary, is that a stranger appears out of nowhere, perhaps in a bar or a parking lot. His identity is unknown, his motives are unclear, and his information is undeniable. So, with that being said, it starts off with this this man. His name is Adam, and he's married with two boys, and he is I guess I don't know if he's not a coach. I don't know what you want to call him. But his son, one of his boys, plays on the baseball team or whatever kind of team it is. They weren't really specific. If they were, I didn't hear it when I was listening to the book. And they there's this man or stranger that comes up behind him and basically gives him like these little clues that he claims that Adam's wife is cheating on him or has been cheating on him and so forth, and which causes him to go into this big huge investigation of his own, looking at stuff, and it's really really weird. And at first I didn't think I was going to like it just because of the way that it started off. It starts, it starts off a little slow, but now it's starting to get really, 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 really good because, I'm kind of sitting there on the edge of my seat and waiting to, um, see or hear what happens. And it, I don't know. That's all I know about the book. I don't know anything else that's going to happen. It's supposed to be like some kind of a thriller mystery, I guess. And I've never really read any of his books. So it was kind of like, I didn't know if I was going to like it. I've seen some of his books, advertised, or they come up in my feed on Goodreads. And I just didn't know if I was really going to like it. And so I started that. I'm already into chapter 5. So it's pretty good. It really is. And I can't wait to find out what happens next. So I was kind of I kind of planned to relax today. I had every intentions of doing that yesterday, but that didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to because I had other things I needed to do. And then Skylar still has been having issues with getting into certain Zoom rooms for his school. And yesterday, or no, it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday, I think he said. I can't remember. Monday, no, yesterday and Monday, excuse me. He came in and trying to get this situated so I don't feel like I'm falling off my chair. Monday, he came out to me and I was doing, household chores and everything. And he comes down and he says, Mom, I said, what? He says, I can't get into media. And I was like, wait a minute, you're having media? And he's like, yeah. And I said, okay. So I, messaged his teacher. And I kind of get irritated because when you message the teachers telling them that, if the link doesn't work or, something's not right with the link because they can't get in, they always come back with this basic reply. And so when I got the basic reply back, I then turned around and I messaged back and I was like, the password isn't working. And it says that the meeting isn't scheduled for that day. Because when he clicks on the link for the Zoom class that he needs to be in, it'll come up stating, the host will let you in, please wait. Or, like in the case on Monday, it came up stating, this is scheduled for April the 6th. And he was kind of, worried and upset. And I said, all right, just hold on. So I had him refresh a couple of times. Finally, it came in. And I explained to his media teacher that it's, wouldn't let him in at first because it said a different date. And she said, well, that was weird. I said, yeah, I know, because I'm trying to understand why it would do that. And I said, I, tried to message people, it just didn't come out. So that was solved. Then yesterday he couldn't get into another class. And, well, let me tell you. Yes, this whole thing is stressful. And that leads me to my next point. I was watching on, I think it was the news, and there are, I get it that everybody wants to go back to school, and I get it. And there goes, really? Ah! This morning, I'm telling you, people, this, oh my God. First thing this morning, and my sixth placer does not want to cooperate with me, or seven placer, or whatever, however number placer it is, doesn't want to cooperate, and I've got drills all over the place. Anyhow, so sorry, you just so I now I forgot what I was gonna say. um I forgot what I was talking about. Oh my God. Guys, I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't blame it on being in the morning because, oh my gosh. Um, okay. Um, so yesterday, he was trying to get into another class. Well, the password wasn't working. So I let his teacher know. And, she kind of just, whatever. And which brings me to my next point. I know there are a lot of parents that don't feel that, the virtual learning is, really, really working well, or, teaching our kids. But my thing is, you guys got to realize, everybody needs to realize we're not fully finished with this mess yet. Yes, we can go out now, but we're not done. I mean, I've been watching the news and I hear stuff. I mean, shoot, they have a vaccine that they're saying doesn't work now, or something like that. And I'm just, and little dude has already told me, Mommy, I don't want to go back unless, you know, it's safe. Which I can't say I blame him. I mean, you guys know, he's been very adamant about that. And I don't, I'm not going to make him do something that I myself still have, don't feel, is, doesn't feel safe. So he's, and I mean, we've had plenty of debate with friends and other parents out here telling me, they don't think their kids are learning anything. And I tell them, well, that may be, your, what happens in your home or whatever. But, Skylar doesn't seem to really have a problem. It's just there are sometimes that, like, good grief, last week and this week, he's, math. Math. Oh, God. Math and me don't get along. And obviously, Math and Skylar don't get along. And this poor child, he has had the worst time with this math. And I've tried to help him. But when when I'm looking at the problem, I don't know what they're teaching and how they're teaching the kids stuff that I knew how to do when I was little in simple terms. Now, they go about in this roundabout way, and they confuse you even more. I've been confused. I have never been so confused in my whole life by some of the ways that they explain stuff. And I, sat there the other day and tried to show Sky how to do this the way I was taught. And again, he got upset with me. He looks at me and he says, "That's not the way to do it, Mom. I'm gonna get it wrong." And I told him, I said, "Well, I don't know any other different way. And I sure as heck don't know how to do it the way that they want you to do it." So it's confusing. And he he was having a hard time with it. And I told him, I said, well, mommy, mommy, mommy will look at the videos, but I can't guarantee that I'll know how to do it. Because I really, truly, I have no clue how to do. Um, I think it was dividing by um, dividing by decimals, but that's not what they called it. And I can't remember what his teacher called it because it wasn't that. Um, and I explained to her that, he and I were having some issues with it. And she, sent me the videos. And let me tell you something, I still have no clue how to do it. I really don't. I was just like, ha ha ha, okay. You say so. Don't know. So it's confusing. I mean, okay. And I even asked Justin, and Justin looked at me and Miranda, and they looked at me like, I don't know how to do all this. And I thought, okay, you're not the only ones that don't know how to do this. So then we're just kind of a little, screwed because we don't. And I thought maybe Miranda and Justin would know how to do it. And because, they're closer, Justin just graduated last year, and, Miranda might know what they're talking about. Well, they just looked at me like, no. Okay, nobody knows how to do this. This is not good. So, and he got frustrated yesterday. And I looked at him and I said, what's wrong? He says, this is hard. And I said, well, son, you got to realize you're getting ready to go into middle school. And it's just going to get harder. And I try to help him when I can. Especially, if it's something I know how to do. But when he brings me math problems, holy crap on a cracker. I don't know how to do that stuff. And yes, I said holy crap on a cracker. And I just, I feel bad when I can't help him. And I mean, I googled a lot of stuff the other day for the math problems that he was trying to do, and it doesn't really, sorry, needed some coffee. It doesn't really go into, I mean, it does, but it doesn't. And I went on YouTube, and I guess I, you know, put in the search words wrong, because whatever it came up with wasn't what I was asking for. So, yeah, I told you, I'm not smart like that. And I mean, yes, as you guys know, Skylar is a smart little dude. And he, but I'm beginning to think this stuff is way above um, what he knows how to do, because he's been getting a really frustrated. It's gotten to a point where I've seen him almost in tears because he just doesn't understand how to do it. And um, it bothers him, and it bothers me, because I know that, he can do just about anything when it comes to school and stuff. But when he doesn't know how to do something, that bothers him. And I mean, because, like I told you, he's just kind of anal that way. He's, yes, he's very picky and anal that way. And if he doesn't know how to do something, and he doesn't know what's going on or something, it really, it bothers me, and it bothers him. And I we sat here what was it, Monday for almost, good grief, an hour, and tried to, I tried to help him with it, and my gosh. I get, you know, the way that they're teaching the math and, whatever now is the way that things are done now. I guess that's how I want to put it. And I was just like, yeah, this isn't going to work. So it's frustrating, very. And I have to make him take a break because if not, that poor kid, he has a time. Let's see. Then, I don't know if I want to talk about this just because I don't usually like bringing. I don't usually talk about religion here or so forth just because that's not what my channel's for. But I feel like I need to, kind of bring this out for you guys and let you, um, I haven't been to church in a while, but I am a member of a church that I grew up in. Always will be, according to my mother, because I haven't been taken off the membership list. And anyway, we received a letter yesterday, and I was kind of, a little confused about the letter. And so I, started making phone calls, didn't get any, answer whatsoever. Called my dad, called my mother, neither one answered. So I was getting ready to make another phone call. And, well, before I did, my mother called. The letter is basically telling me, or basically telling all the members of our church that there will be a vote for in reference to disaffiliation. What that means is, and like I said, I don't usually share this kind of stuff on here just because, but it's been bothering me trying to decide. It's been bothering me. I was raised a certain way, and so how do I go about this? I read the letter and I was like, what in the world? The letter was basically telling me that they're going to vote to decide whether or not our church wants to disaffiliate from the Methodist the Methodist conference. And I, to be truthful, I don't know what you call the Methodist conference here in Maryland, because my parents, I've asked my parents how this works plenty of times over the years when I lived at home, and it's very confusing. Now, mind you, I was like, okay. And I didn't even know that this was even kind of, any debate at all whatsoever. So when my mother called me back, I was like, huh. So I explained to her, I said, look, I don't know what's going on. I said, can you please kind of, let me know? And she went on to explain it. My church is voting to basically disaffiliate itself from the Methodist Conference, and they want to become independent. And to say I'm shocked is kind of the mild version, because it kind of made me sick. granted, I don't go to church a lot, haven't been to church in a really long time. There's been, reasons for that. But that's my home church. I was raised in that church, and, I know everybody there. So, bear with me because I'm trying to figure out how to put this in words. So, basically, long story short, is this isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in, the next 2 or 3 years. So I kind of brought up a bunch of questions, and I asked my mother, I said, why? What's the big deal? I get it, excuse me, I get it. People um, have, their opinions about things. I get that. But anyway, long story short, there are only two people that are voting against it. That would be my parents. Only reason that they're voting against it is because there's not enough information. Which I could see that because I brought up a couple good points to mom, and she told me that she would tell dad and so forth and so on. And finally, I kind of had enough, and I told her, I said, I'm sorry. I need to say this. And she's like, okay. And I said, Mom, I said, you and dad raised us to, number one, not be judgmental. Number two, to always have an open mind. Number three, to, believing what we believe in, Jesus, God and the disciples and so forth. And I said, if this happens, does this mean that we have to change what we believe? And she said, no. Okay. So I told her, I said, well, I would like to go and vote. I said, but, I don't have, I don't know if I want to go. And, they told me that if they weren't going if they were going to be here because I don't know. So, anyway, just please pray for us because my parents and I are probably going to be the only ones that vote against um, leaving the Methodist community, period. There's a lot of issues that need to be resolved. No, I don't, and I'm not saying that I totally agree with all these issues, but I just, I don't know. So, just keep us all in your prayers because it's kind of hard. And it's hard for me because this is a church that I grew up in all my life. So it's kind of like, this is kind of like a sucker punch to the stomach because I didn't think that our church would ever do this. See what I'm saying? So it just kind of came out of left field, and I was kind of shocked. And, my mom understood completely. And, she's like, you don't have to go. You don't have to do this. You don't have to, be there. She said it's your choice if you want to be there. And she said, but the only thing is that when they're not basically giving, they're not opening. It's going to be a vote, not basically a discussion, if that makes any kind of sense. So to me, it just, I don't understand why they wouldn't let it, why they wouldn't put it in front of the members of the church, not unless they've already done that. I don't know. It just came out of left field. But anyhow, so Anyway, I did want to take this time to thank you guys. I know I don't say this enough, but I did want to take this time to thank you guys for all your support that you give me on my channel. I know that I'm not as popular as everybody else. I wish I was? Sure. Um and yes, I do, lately I haven't been the greatest in, busting my butt to get videos out every day. And I don't push the issue anymore. Yes, I do wish that I was, a little more popular. I don't do a whole lot of unboxings. I don't do a whole lot of um, I I'm not, I'm kind of one of those people that's laid back, if that means anything. So, I'm sorry. Um, Good grief. Let's see. I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to tell you on. I forgot what it was. But again, thank you guys for all your support, and those of you that watch me, I really do appreciate it. Let's see. It's first. I'm telling you, I'm still not fully all with it, guys. Even though, um, my brain isn't as foggy as it was when I started the video. Uh, um, hmm, hmm. Trying to think. Trying to think. I had something that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I don't remember what it is. Uh, hmm. The heck if I remember. That's bad. Oh, I finally got my stitching stand straight. I got bumpy shelf liner and finally got that set up and straight. It's still a little wobbly, and I think that's because it needs to be weighted down at the base. So I need to find something that will keep it from, you know, being wobbly and shaky. And the shelf liner is bumpy, so I can put it on the clamp. The clamp is like, I'm going to try here to show you. But the clamp is like, oh my God, don't even know how to show you. But anyway, the clamp, I put the shelf liner inside the clamp. And then I put my Q-snap in there. And it's still kind of, it's not the greatest setup right now. But I'm getting there. I promise. I wanted to do a stitch with me, but I need to get another tripod. So I promise as soon as I get one, there'll be more, stitching stuff on here. I know. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. I think that's all I've got for this week. I do have some stuff coming in, and those of you that watched my Playing With Me video saw a couple of the things. I do have some um, sticker books. Well, it's haul from Michaels that is coming in today, and I will do a video. I don't know, tomorrow or Friday, and I will show it all to you because I'm really, yeah, I'm excited. So, that's it, y'all. I hope everyone has a great day and a great week. And till then, have a great week, guys.